What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today we are back on the Amazon account and we have the Mid-Autumn Celebration event, and I'm currently just basically starting to do the event, doing some basic stuff. As you can see, I've gone ahead and done a little bit of shelter. We have to do the last two things, and that's basically when I noticed that some of you asked me to show stuff like this as well. So basically not only the main parts like the events, but also some minor stuff like doing shelter and everything. And I thought I would already start the video here and we will basically do it together. The plan for the entire video is to finish most of the event. First of all, starting with shelter, and we will try to get some decent loot. You can get all those flour and all the nice stuff. Flour, of course, for consuming the event resource from the campaign event. We are a little bit of a disadvantage here. I was basically gone for the entire weekend. I was gone Friday, Saturday, and now we're actually at Sunday. So I already missed a little bit of the event, which isn't that nice, but I think we can handle it. There are a few things we need to do, and one of those is Moonlight Roulette. This will be quite interesting. This thing has quite some nice stuff in there. I'm mainly looking at the Master Toolboxes. And the cores. The cores are very nice. We can use the 6-star chest as well. Some more copies from the Transcendent Selection chest 2 especially. Or it's 4 now, okay. Basically includes Mockman as well, Azrael. Holmes Young is quite cool. So those are all options that we will have. We don't really want the 5-star stuff. That's not that great. We can use Prophet, also we can use Scrolls. This will all be alright. Those two are not that great, even though we still need some of those resources to actually upgrade our residences. So it's not entirely bad if we get it. All in all, this wheel has quite good chances to give us good stuff on this account. On my main account, it would not be that nice. I will do 15, of course, on my main account, but there are some things in there that I really don't need on my main. And of course, we can't get the assassins. Already got 3 Akashas. Did we have nothing for Saja? One sec. Have to check again. We had 1. I think it's called Roy. We have to see one method, of course, is just summoning the 4-star shards. It's usually enough, but if it for some reason it isn't, I usually just build a few 5-stars from the remaining 4-stars, and then we can just summon it anyway. Just make sure to lock your stuff so you don't get any problems, and then you can go into the Fortune Ruin, press upgrade to 5-star, just summon the 5-stars that are already there, go back into the hero material, and then basically summon another bunch of those 4-stars. And then we can have another look and we will see if we summon some more, and as you can see, this is already enough. Can go like this. We just have to make sure that we unlock the Roy again afterwards. Don't really want to have a locked 4-star in our bag for the entirety now. And this is also enough. Great. So we just go back, unlock our stuff, and then we are done with shelter. And after shelter, I think we will do the roulette stuff. I like the roulette stuff. It's quite fun. Let's be honest, it's quite fun. Somewhere here should be our Roy. There he is, unlocked. And then we unlock our Akashas. And then we are already good. And then we can do some Imps Adventure as well. So I think it should be a little bit longer video. We also have cores to do. So quite a bit of stuff. But I guess that's quite alright. I think it's some cool content. Cores, I think we should be around 50. At least after the wheel should be easily around 50 cores. So that's also quite a decent amount. It should be quite cool. And I think we will do some more spins. I imagine doing like 50,000 gems into the spinning wheel. Should be a good idea. How many can we do per spin? Let's do 5 spins. Let's do 10 spins and 5 each. And let's hope for a lot of master toolboxes and a lot of cores mainly. And I basically explained everything. So let's go. Let's go. 5 times secret filling. And we got master toolboxes. This is nice. This is nice. 6-star chest. That's great. That's great as well. I mean, the elite shots, honestly, they are fine. We got 4 times good loot, I would say. Let's do the next spin. Spin number 2. And oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, that's interesting. I misunderstood that event. I honestly did. That's pretty crappy. I misunderstood that. I thought those were just waitings for the loot. So like, with a weight of 5, there are master toolboxes, but no, that's a finished loot pool. So like if you do 100 spins, you get everything that is in there. That's interesting. But actually, I think this is a bit worse. This is actually a bit worse for us. Makes the wheel even worse than it was before. So definitely will only do 15 spins on my main. I hope we get a bunch of those cores in the first ones. This was a pretty decent spin. 1 time profit orbs, 2 times scrolls, 16 scrolls. 16 scrolls is quite fine. It's pretty good value. If you can get some cores as well, that's absolutely superb. But we didn't get a single core yet, so that's kind of bad. Should be about time for us to get our first core. I wonder if you can get 2 in one pull. You should be, right? I mean, we got double... oh, nice. Another few master toolboxes. We got 2 times heroic scrolls in one of the last summons, so definitely should be able to get double cores. But it seems like we don't get it again. We get a lot of those chests, though. It's interesting how they preview it here. Oh, that's cool. Still, cores absolutely untouched, and we got the rest. I hope that they just didn't make it super unlikely that you get cores, and basically you have to do 100 summons to actually get those cores. That would be bad. No, we got our first core. Great. That's a great one as well. Pretty nice. Last 15 summons here, or 15 spins in the Moonlight Roulette. Still hoping for some cores. That was looking nice. Double core, very nice. And some profit orbs, double cores, most important stuff here. I hope we can do that again. I really want all of those cores, to be honest. And we get one more. And double profit orbs and heroic scrolls. So again, a pretty nice spin. I have to say, pretty nice spin. We can still get 6-star chests and cores. I mean, like, it's pretty mean how they make it, right? It's pretty mean how they make it. And they made, of course, the more interesting rewards more unlikely, it seems. Well, not really, to be honest. We are at 6 cores. We are also at 6 for the wood, so just could have been a little bit luckier with it and got some more of those cores. I think we will do one more spin. I feel like doing one more spin, guys. Maybe we will even do some more. Still a decent bunch of cores in there. Still a decent amount of good loot in there. And we can use a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we can't end on this. And already addicted to the Moonlight Roulette. Even though I have to say there were some better roulette events. I think a while back, before I did commented videos, there was a roulette and people didn't really like it, and there were skins in there and everything. And this was quite an insane one. This one, not so much. It's okay, but it's not insane in any way. It's just a pretty decent loot pool with some cores and everything. I haven't really calculated if you lose out on stuff on average. I think that's a nice pool to end on, to be honest. With double core, I think we can do that. Only 3 cores in here. So, got some nice loot. Can't complain. Was pretty okay. And get some stuff here as well. What do we get here? Fusion event. Okay, yeah, we did fusions. I would say we go into Imps Adventure now. Didn't buy the remaining dice yet. We have double loot. Because I bought the event pack, we have some extra dice from the event pack. We have the dice from Shelter, which is, by the way, very, very important. You should always do those first 4 shelters when there is Imps Adventure, because they give you 5 dice each, so you get 20 dice, which is quite nice. I would say we just start spinning here and hope for some nice rolls. If you don't know much about Imps Adventure, I can give you a short explanation. Basically, it's all about... getting bad cards, apparently. No. You want to hit those starry mushroom huts. This is the most important part. If you land on a mushroom hut, it will level up and it can go to level 3. And every time you pass over a mushroom hut, you don't have to land on it, you can pass over it, you will gain mushrooms or stars. Stars, they're stars, right? And those will unlock rewards for you that you can see here. If you have 80 of those stars, you will get this, and so on. And basically you want to get as much loot as possible. And there is a lot of RNG involved here, because we just roll a dice, can get any number that is on the dice, and we of course hope to land on the right playing fields. We can't really influence that. That was really great. We got a card that powers up a random workshop, and it powered up a starry mushroom hut. That is really great. And there are some special playing fields, like 4 special playing fields. The one in the bottom here, which is horrible. If you roll an even number, it will it move you forward? How does it work? I forgot. Every time you want to explain something. You move forward if the roll is even, and backwards if it's odd. So odd means 1, 3, 5, and even 2, 4, and 6. And you basically want to land on this one, definitely on this one, pretty great. We got a lucky dice. Lucky dice lets you choose which roll you want to have. And on this one, and this one here is quite great as well. Got some pretty decent pulls from that one. You get a random card if you land on the right one. And here you just get a free dice, which is also quite okay. And you can get a card that basically doubles your next throw. And if you of course have a dice that lets you select your next throw, you can throw a 10 here and instantly land here, which is rather nice. I hope we don't land here. This is alright. We'll do random pull with a normal dice. Normally you would use the lucky dice to land on here. But sometimes it can be good to use a normal dice. Maybe if we rolled a 1, that would have been quite nice, because we would have gotten a second dice, a second lucky dice, and would actually have been able to level the hut in the bottom left, which is arguably the hardest one to level. Material selection chest, can definitely use that. It's only a minor chest, it's not that much great stuff in there. Of course we landed on that one, that's horrible. Then again, this hut is really only horrible if you roll a 1 or a 3. Because this will move you here or here. If you roll a 5, you will land back here, and the next roll will of course move you over Mushroom Hut again. So it will be somewhat okay. Now we are here, we can actually roll a 6. It will be quite hard to level that hut in the bottom left corner. But then again, at one point we will do so, and I wouldn't worry about it too much. I saw some people trying to level it with everything they had, and if it's just not really worth it. If you already have the lucky dice. If you already have the lucky dice, you can just jump from here to here and skip it every time. And the amount of playing fields that you actually skip with this lucky dice is very huge. Like even here I will use the lucky dice, skip 4 playing fields, and will be better than getting the, this 1 level up. At some point we can of course level it. Another material selection chest. Sadly, this one isn't one of them. We have to move a dice here, and sadly it would require a 3 to get here, but 3 is uneven, so we will move backward. So if we land here, sadly not really possible. Great. But if we land here, for example, we can of course roll a 5 and get to this playing field, which will also be quite good if it happens, but it will just take some time. We didn't get too many good rolls, I have to say. I mean, that one was quite alright. This is of course horrible. You will want to move like with 5s and 6. Those are the nice moves. And beyond that, we didn't get to level this one yet, which is quite horrible as well, because usually this one is quite easy. But as I said, it's all about the RNG and getting the right roll, and you just can't do a whole lot to get it. You can use some strats like this one, for example, with the 6 and the lucky dice. Use the lucky dice in a smart way and move forward by that. But beyond that, I can't really influence if I get a 1, if I get a 5, or if I get a 6. Usually it all works out. Like we talked about it, and now we got 1 level on that. And this is of course rather nice, but you can't do anything to make it faster. Only way that you can really influence it is by using the lucky dice in a smart way, not waste it, and basically keep it all the way to the end of your Im's adventure. And basically when you're at your last throw, you can think about it. If it's smart, use your lucky dice now or an ordinary dice, And then you can get some more points at the end of the event, which we are not at. We will not reach the end of this event today. There are still a few days to go. We missed a few dice, which isn't nice, but I might just go ahead and maybe if we need it, I will buy one pack or something. It will be alright. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Right now it's more about moving over this playing field as fast as possible, passing as many of those starry mushroom huts as we can. And I'm still missing the like really lucky throws. The throws where I say, okay, yeah, we got double points, we got double rolls, and got the second lucky dice or something by any random chance. And those rolls didn't happen yet. I have to say, they didn't happen yet. We're still moving over the playing field quite decently. 2 huts maxed, the lower one isn't. That was a nice throw. That was a nice throw as well. And that one is actually perfect. Now we can do what I told you about. Choose the 5 here and instantly move over, and we get the lucky dice back. And this, of course, was basically the greatest way it can happen, because we moved from here to here, gained our dice back, used the dice again, moved to here, and then completely for nothing moved over there. So we used 1 dice for 1 entire circle around the playing field, which is absolutely insane. Nice one again. And this is basically where our luck ends, it seems, but it's alright. Those were basically the moves I was talking about, those really nice circles that you can sometimes do. And this was basically what I was waiting for. Breaking the train of ones, it seems. So, how far did we get? 201 points already. And still have to get a lot of dice, but we got 201 points. So that's great. We have double loot. So should be quite some loot that is now coming to us. Double 5-star chest as well. Double lead shards, double Wraec summon scrolls. Pretty nice. Limited skin and 500 dong pork. Which is another problem. We're at 799. So will still take some time for us to actually reach some point where we can use it, because dung po pork is of course needed to get the flour, and without the flour we can't really go in here. Even though we have a bunch of secret filling, a bunch of cane sugar, we can't really bake something yet. We can choose a side. We choose the left side, of course. 2022. The avatar seems so... I thought I knew the avatar, but this isn't the case. If we land here, I will likely go for either sublimation stuff or the core. I'm not entirely sure yet. Probably the sublimation stuff, because that's only half a core, which is stupid in my opinion. Usually they just give you 2 of those, but then again they split it up, and you have a limit of 2 so you can get the core. So it's kind of okay, I guess. The events pack, by the way, is pretty great, pretty good event pack. And I think we will add up to this one later in the week. Now we will just go into the Gate of Void. We have 48 cores. We will get some through challenges again. We will go into Fate, of course. And we're hoping to pass Guidance and be better than Guidance. Guidance right now, 45 cores, would be 3 spheres that we have to get. Otherwise we would be down a bit. Do we have any spheres left? No. So let's just see and hope we get some nice pulls. First one, nothing. Well, an armorer we got there, so that's okay-ish. And we got no hero list places. Great. Great opening, Mr. Wraec. Great opening. Those are not enough slots. How many do we have? Oh, should be enough. Okay. Okay, let's go. Next one. And 2 spheres. That's great. So only 1 more left to go. 28 cores. And we need 1 more sphere to be even with Guidance. And no. But we got a Gurky. Gurky! Everybody likes Gurky. And okay. Okay, we at least got to Guidance, and now we can get some challenge cores and then do another 10 spin. Even have a bit more. Have a lot more. And maybe we get 1 more core in the last 10 bump. Would be huge. And yes, we got another core. We are a little bit ahead of Guidance. Of course, we now used 50 cores, so it's basically 3 1/3 of a sphere, and we got 4, so I guess we're good. Better than guidance now. And of course we will put it all towards Stellar. Still a fair bit away from my first Transcendence hero. I saw Soul already got his one. He sent me his picture of his SFX. We can see if he put it in here. Where he is. There. Yeah, insane. He started way after me and already has a V4 SFX and another E5, while we are still on our way to the first V4. I think we are progressing nicely, let's be honest. We didn't do the extra huge welding, we already got the attack stat maxed, and we can now go for some HP. Don't really care about speed yet, I don't think it's worth it for us to focus on that. I tried to build resonance gear, by the way, but we're lacking the last 6-star gear. So that's a bit of a problem. We really don't have a lot of equipment yet. So I hope we can do something against that. Maybe then we can upgrade some more gear and get ourselves some resonance gear. Would of course be huge. Another core, nice. Keep that for now. But we already have 345 here, so that's kind of great. One thing I still want to do is beat the next stage in Aspen Dungeon. But I haven't been really successful, I have to say. Last time I tried, only got a few stages forward. We got to death at least. But death is still rather insane. We can have a look at a few fights. I mean, that was with energy. Maybe not the best example. I mean, at one point Aspen will surely clear it for you, for us, and we will pass on. But there are some stages here that are just very hard for him, and might be a problem. We can skip ahead and do some of this stuff. Maybe that's already one. I mean, like it's really about the Ada and the Armor stages. Definitely not if we have energy. Okay. At this point, he's still pretty strong. Let's skip some battles. Don't want to make this the major part of this episode. We did some cores, that was nice. I think it's unlikely that he loses a 1 versus 1. If he loses, it's like one of those stupid ADAS stages, like 4 ADAS or something, that are really insane at death. But it would be kind of nice to progress through death. Then again, if I remember correctly, it's purgatory after death, right? So in purgatory we can do nothing. I mean, no questions asked. Is that a hard stage for you? I mean, you can surely get CC'd. The Valkyrs aren't really doing it. I mean, they won't kill us. They're not difficult in any way. Maybe Valkyr together with Gru. I remember that stage being kind of difficult when I did it. But then again, I didn't have an A+. What about this? Yeah, well, not if you have energy. Now, I know I told you guys that it is difficult, and I basically one-shot every stage. So, yeah, kind of embarrassing, you could say. But last time I did it, I got some pretty surprising death, and I don't even remember. Yeah, this stage. Like, we have no energy, we should go in there with energy. Let's have a look at it. I remember this stage being mean. Yeah. Well. Apparently not if you have a max attack A+ Aspen. Then this stage might indeed be quite easy. I think this stage was really meant to hinder you from clearing it by just healing too much. Which is funny, considering. Well, in any way, I was asked by a few people actually to make more core videos. I think a lot of people really want core tier lists. Core tier lists, I think, are still somewhat difficult to me. I really don't like tier lists. Tier lists in itself are a topic. I'm no friend of that. It's like you get a tool bag, a tool chest, no idea what it's called, and then somebody comes over and asks you, yeah, do a tier list. And you say like, yeah, I have a screwdriver, I have a hammer. It's like the screwdriver is the S tier, or is it the hammer, or whatever it is. Don't really want to run to Penny Reflect, so we're just gonna nuke it. So it's like, I think about it in that way. And if you think about most stuff like heroes and artifacts and everything in that way, then it's hard to say, yeah, the one thing is S tier and the other one is not. For course, there is some differentiation possible because like some are obviously worse than others. I explained in my last video the 3 best cores, in my opinion, and I thought like, okay, that might be a good way, just show them the ones that would be like S tier if we made a tier list, and let's just not talk about the rest, because a lot of them are really even in strength and just not interesting, just not too interesting. There's minor differences between some of those. There are a lot that just do a little bit of damage under some condition. And I mean, those are certainly alright, just not too overwhelmingly strong. And that's interesting. And then there are like Star Alchemist Tome, Starving Jar, those really insane cores. And they, of course, are a little bit different than the ones that I just talked about, like SQH and everything. And we can make a tier list at one point. And I won't do it this week, of course, but I think if you guys want tier list comments, you can tier list content. We can do that. I can talk about some stuff. Those would be longer videos, but because I feel like if I do something like this, I want to explain why. Then I want to go into detail. And if we make a tier list about cores and I talk about those cores, then I want to explain to you why this core is worse than others or better than others. And don't skip out on that and just say, yeah, this one is S tier and this one isn't, because that wouldn't give enough context in my opinion. And context is important. Otherwise you won't get any decent choices and won't do well in the game, of course. Still, it's an interesting topic. It definitely is an interesting topic. Though I don't want to do that many tier lists. I really don't. I see the why you want a core tier list, and we can do that, but I don't want to do hero tier lists. Really don't. I think Barry really did like the best approach at the hero tier list. He made a tier list a while back. I saw that included like different areas, and he basically give grades to the heroes regarding their performance in different areas. And I think like that's the closest way basically to do justice to those heroes and their performance. And even that, of course, struggles to get it in all its complexity. But that was basically the best, and I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. Like, there are meta ways to clearing stuff. There are clears for Sealand, and if you see like a Sealand that you want to do, if you want to go for SO30 or something, then look at one of the guides, and there are some that can do it. It's not that difficult. There are, of course, the clear itself is difficult, but like getting the information is not that difficult. It's all in the Adler's discussion Discord. You can see the clear that was done within B Mockman in SL Dark, quite impressive. Or you can go for SL Forest, and there were clears with B tier Fairy Queen Vessels, and that was horrible. I really hope we could one-shot that, and with that we fail on 42. Yeah, kind of annoying. Still already placed 133. I guess we can, if I had been more careful, we could have cleared it. Maybe we still have potions, so Death 50, I see us doing that. Even though we certainly noticed the additional health that they now got. But it was an attempt, and maybe next time we can actually do it. I was kind of hoping we could clear more campaign, but this button only works if you're level 130. And stage 23.5, so like still a bunch of stages for us to clear. I'm not really sure that's so nice. They said like they lowered the requirements and they removed some of the level requirements to get through campaign. But I feel like they could have done so at earlier level, because now I just need to wait till I'm level 130. And I just did campaign before we start that video, so I'm one-shotting stages, so it's like not that difficult. And it doesn't feel well. Would be cool if we can just push to the place where we actually start struggling and instead of just waiting for the next level and just collecting some XP in the idle way. But that's just my take on it. We can I think it's a good point to end this video. I will certainly do another one later in the week where we collect the loot from the Mid-Autumn Celebration event. But right now I hope you had a fun time, and we will see us in the next one. Bye!